my time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Give the attention, I'm on a mission. I'm there with a vision. Got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now. Hey! Here we go! We coming ready or not, you better steady yourself, because we're raising some hell. There's nothing keeping this roof from blowing on. We're taking over the town, hit the switch and shut it down. Like India, we're electric, never stop. We coming ready or not, we coming ready or not. We're giving all that we got, we're giving all that we got. We're coming ready or not. We're throwing gas on the fire, the stratosphere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Our family started RVing a few years ago, and when I think about all those campfires and fishing trips and sporting events, these are memories that are going to last a lifetime. I want to help others do the same thing. Hi, I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at the all-new CLICKIT RV in Milton Freewater. People in this community are very familiar with this location and the great service they've always received. So the biggest question we get is, where is Keith? The great news is, Keith is still here.
I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things come and go. Through all the changes that we have seen, one thing that has not changed for us is the quality of our service.
Buying an RV is a big purchase, but it should be a fun and happy experience. So whether it be in sales or service or parts, our mission is simple: be the best. From our team here at CLICKIT RV in Milton Freewater, we invite you to come down and experience the difference.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. We're also simulcast, as always, on the Community Radio Network, and we welcome you to the next round of what is the Northwest CLICKIT RV Fixed Setup Series. And we are ready for this event here tonight. I'm Wesley Outland, and it looks like I'm going to be solo tonight. None of our crew are available. They're on vacations or they've got work-related issues or things, and we're short-staffed. And, well, we'll make the best of it, I promise you. It's not been my first time having to do a solo dance, and we'll make it fun and interesting. But anyhow, we're ready to go. And qualifying on track right now is going to be Dan West Jr. We're at the virtual Worldwide Technology Raceway. By the way, normally we play our commercials on CRN Community Radio Network before we go live on the air, and unfortunately with so much of a shortage of staff and quickly trying to jumble logistics around, we weren't able to do that. But I do want to say we want to say thank you again to everybody that's joining us for our coverage on the Community Radio Network, as well as iRacing on LSRTV. And our coverage on the radio is brought to you by the fine folks at the Russ Wiles Agency Group Incorporated, as well as the Stock Car Racing Team Game. And we appreciate them. But right now, qualifying is on track. Dan West Jr., 34.47 on Speedway right now. Second, obviously coming off of that win the other night at Charlotte. You flip-flopped him from this week, if you remember. And we'll see what these drivers can do here in qualifying. Again, this race was scheduled for last Wednesday night. However, because of, if you will, the issue with getting a proper setup, fixed setup, and I'm understanding they got two now for this race. And because of that, now that we have two, they postponed this race, ran Charlotte that was supposed to be this week last week and tonight here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And for more information on that, I will bring in one of the guys that'll be joining us more on the director role, but he can give us more details about all of those shenanigans with the fixed setup. Mr. Charles Wooten, good evening to you, brother.
Good. Yeah, so I talked to the boys here in our shop, and so obviously with the fixed setup, you can actually only run one in the sim. You have to pick a qualifying and a race setup. And so what they did is they have their practice like they always do on Saturdays, and, you know, they throw setups around, you know, and they test them and whatnot. And the setup they're actually using was made, tested by everyone, and approved, but it's actually James Vining's setup.
The Catman, James Vining, really?
The Catman has, you know, they tested all the setups that were submitted in per se, and that's the one they said it's a little tighter for some of the liking for some of them, but it was the best pick of the litter, as you like to say, and that's what they went with. So that's where the setup came from for tonight's Fixed Series race by CLICKIT RV.
I like that. That's awesome, for sure. Hey, I'm down with that. So the Catman James Vining getting some PR love here in the early going. Right now, race 11 tonight, Worldwide Technology Raceway. 200 miles, 160 laps here tonight. And we are under the lights, if you will. Remember the race for the trucks on Monday night, last Monday night, was a daytime event. This race will actually be a night race, and I think it's going to be really, really exciting and fun to watch how all this transpires here for sure. All right, now Ryan Bloom on track, the number 25, Ryan Bloom. Got a couple of wins this year. On the truck side of things, looking for that first Northwest CLICKIT RV Fixed Series win. Winners this year include Daryl Tidrick at Daytona, Devin West at Atlanta, as well as Dover. Sean Brightsman with Homestead wins, as well as the Mid-Ohio Road Course. Jeff Stabnow, winner at Kansas. Tyler King, winner at Texas. Nashville winner Christopher White. Ryan Gormley won at Charlotte last week, and obviously Darlington Raceway, Cole Raft. So just some of the drivers that have won. Ryan Bloom on track. We work our way around course. Stephen O'Hare. Down the front straightaway, Nicole Bryan Photography, number 41. Ford sideways up the racetrack. He'll hold on to it and save it. The Racers Ford Mustang entry. So we are underway. Qualifying is still happening here. We'll see all these drivers prepare to go. Stephen O'Hare working his way around the speedway here. Another lap, 12th right now for O'Hare. Here is Sean Brightsman. A couple of wins this year for the 46. Yeah, it's not good. Keeps it off the safer barrier on the inside pit wall. He'll lock up the car for Sean Brightsman on the binders. And ironically, he might need a Band-Aid on the Band-Aid car. Number 21 and Tyler King now on track. Pardon the pun. Tyler King crossed the line. Where will he end up? 15th, 34-64. He's got one more lap to get her done to improve. Kevin Smith right now on the pole. And that guy's just been dominant when it comes to running pole runs, whether it's in the truck or the B-Series car tonight for the Fixed Series. Hands down, Kevin Smith has just figured it out. Jeff Stabnow on course. He's got a win this year. Winner back during week number 5 of the season at Kansas. Jeff Stabnow across the line. Where will he end up? 34, 117. That's good enough for in the 5th position. And now he's up to 5th, 34-12. Sean Brightsman's going to get one more stab at it. See if he can keep it off the wall this time. Close to over 20 entries signed in tonight worldwide. Technology Raceway for this event. Brightsman up the hill, working off of turn number 4. He'll come down to the line. Another lap on the board scored, and 4th. 34-112. That's about the same time that Paul Newton and Jeff Stabnow had. Literally that close. Troy Daggett, Chevrolet Camaro, number 99, One Fine Studios entry. And by the way, he has not been in the spotlight much LSRTV-wise since getting the duels for the B setup and the trucks in Daytona when the season fired up. '99 crossing the line. All right, will he improve? Yeah, it looks like the clock's expired. Qualifying has expired. It's Kevin Smith again. So impressed with Kevin Smith and the drive he's got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go. 160 laps, 200 miles around Worldwide Technology Raceway. And there's your lineup. There's your front row. It's a win LSRTV versus battle again. Kevin Smith, Dan West Jr., row 1. Row 2, Devin West, Sean Brightsman. That's LSRTV versus LSRTV right there. Row 3, Paul Newton and Jeff Stabnow. He'll fire off 6th, Kansas winner earlier this year. There's the road course king. Yeah, exactly right. Ryan Bloom, Joshua Marcy, 35, row 4. Row 5, Stephen O'Hare, Clifford, Toby Ritters. He'll start 10th. Tyler King, last year's truck champion. And Ryan Gormley, he's won earlier this year. Matter of fact, winner last week at Charlotte. He's 12th. Troy Daggett, as I mentioned, a couple of dual wins in Daytona. Other than that, it's been south. And Brett Johnson, a new up-and-coming driver, getting better week after week for Team LSRTV 14. 2021 Northwest Cup Series champion Christopher White. And Billings, Montana, John Ottenbacher, the 89. Row 9, Frank Harris, the legend. Will he have another stellar run, climb into the race? And Stephen Paulison for that new race team. Seth Frazier in the 2, and Kenneth Garber in 94. Aerokinetics, by the way, the new esports team that you've got them involved. Paulison. Dan Lowther in the 63, Chris Kynes in the 20. Row 12, Tyler Kim and Russ Lundberg. Love the hair. Always. Casey Garber, the 94, understanding, did not start the race. Of the 25 entrants, 24 drivers will go to racing here tonight. Round 11. And by the way, a much long break after tonight, Charles, but it's not a break though. Let everybody know what's coming up during the summer months before the series returns on Labor Day.
Yes, we finally get that much needed break off, and I've got a lot of stuff to do, so not much of a break for me, but you know, during the big break, you know, we have some road racing, some dirt racing, more dirt racing. So, you know, 2 little mini series going on during the big break, but this week we're kind of taking it off. We will have some stuff going on, but yeah, I'm enjoying the break.
That will be on Monday and Wednesday night for both Northwest Series. A little mini series of action. We'll have more details on it soon. Field comes to the line. 160 laps, 200 miles, and we're underway at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And by the way, they have now cut the laps to 130 instead of 160. And you have a race. We're underway. Green flag on the jump. Dan West Jr. bouncing off the wall. Kevin Smith alongside. West family son Devin West down to the bottom. Brightsman right there with him. Stab now in the dance. Oh, Devin West sideways is in the fence. Keeps it off the wall. Keeps it off of Daddy. Keeps it off of teammates. And they're still 3 wide working off the turn number 4 on the opening lap. Are you kidding me? What a save, man. He was dirt tracking it. Wow. And Devin West, even though falling back to 7th, holds it together without a problem. Paul Newton, bottom of the racetrack, Marcy up high. All of this going on as they work their way off the corner. Down to the line. Joshua Marcy. Paul Newton, Ryan Bloom, all these drivers in the mix, closing in, working their way off the corner out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. We're all conga line. We're all single file. This is on board with Marcy. You're checking out the 35 Toyota. He's in 4th. Newton behind them. All the while just waiting patiently. A lot of racing left to go. A lot of laps left to log here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, where, by the way, all 3 series of NASCAR will be next week. Not this week, they're in Charlotte, but the following week, they will be at Worldwide Technology Raceway, Gateway. It's always going to be Gateway for me. On board, Paul Newton. Road Course King having a pretty solid drive this year in the round races. And he is currently right now in the number 5 spot. Ryan Bloom behind him, Devin West behind him. O'Hare Ritters normally last week's winner in Charlotte, cracking the top 10, and that's the way it stands right now. In the early going, Brian Gormley again coming off of a race win at Charlotte. Devin West was 2nd. And look who's right back up with each other again. You've got Kevin Smith and Jeff Stabnow, Win Racing versus LSRTV. And Kevin Smith and Jeff Stabnow had a little hiccup with one another in the race on Monday night. Nightfall settling in here. The virtual home of the Arches at St. Louis. Working their way into turn number 3 and out of 4. Very unique racetrack here. I said this about the truck race the other week ago, and I'll say it again tonight for this series, for the CLICKIT RV Fixed Setup Series. By the way, aerial coverage is always provided by LSRTV and Texas Drones, coming soon. Can you say Texas Drones, Charles? Texas Drone Videos. Okay, so I was kind of right. Yeah, Charles, tell us a little bit more about one of our newest sponsors, Texas Drone Videos, coming soon as the sponsor for the aerial coverage, and only fitting because it's up in the air.
Yeah, well, so long story short, for all those out there listening and watching, Texas Drone Videos is my own company. It's going to be a new YouTube channel out there just for free stuff. Everywhere I go and fly my drone, we're going to put them on YouTube, put some cool music, some lyrics to it, and, you know, just go to all the cool places all over Texas. Some of those may be racetracks, so we're just going to travel and do what we can and film some stuff.
I know you were excited to get checking out Monarch the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, we were checking out Monarch Motor Speedway, the old track here before it closed, and unfortunately now the only thing you're going to be racing is lawnmowers, possibly to see who can mow the grass the fastest. Is those 55-gallon barrels, well, the grass is taller than they are, so that goes to show you just how bad it's gotten. But unfortunately, it will probably be a forgotten track here in the next couple of years.
There you go. That's another one of those sad tracks that disappear. Lost speedway, if you will. 10 laps into it of 130, and right now Kevin Smith the leader. Look at Newton and West and Bloom fight it out now for that number 5 spot. Trying to close into Marcy in 4th. All this going on to the back straightaway. Single file now back into turn number 3. Newton up the speedway. Devin West down to the inside. Working their way again off the corner. Working off turn 4, closing in. By the way, if you notice, I'm the only guy that kind of in the broadcast play-by-play color mode. Charles will jump in a time or two, but Jason Rockefeller on vacation in Charlotte. I thought he was going to be available tonight, but I guess his vacation was longer than we thought. And we got a caution just with the doctor ordered. Yellow flag is out on the speedway. And caution out for the first time. We'll find out what happened as it's lap 11 of 130. Here's a look at it. Tyler Kim, front straightaway. Oh, he turned and slams into Stephen Paulson. Paulson was able to continue along. By the way, Old Glory and all of the military branches as well on that car. Ford Mustang number 38 of Tyler Kim. And happy Memorial Day, by the way, to all of our fine men and women who have fought for our country. We thank you collectively for your services. And Charles, we're under, why am I throwing it to the producer? We're under caution, obviously. And Kevin Smith, the man leading the way right now. Kevin Smith, the 00 leading since the drop of the green. A crazy hiccup on the start there with Devin West and some other cars got loose, but Kevin Smith in a slump, ladies and gentlemen. 9 starts. Okay, listen to this. He's been committed to 9 of the 11 races this year, but in doing so, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. 178 back to the leader. Remember, we're getting a break, though, before the reset. And I will tell you this much as well. The races that he was here for, before he had technical gremlins knock him out, he was either leading or he was in the front being competitive to contend for a win with this series. If you're following what I'm telling you, it is letting you know just how good Kevin Smith truly is in that CLICKIT RV West Coast Bomb Speed Chevrolet Camaro Win Racing 00 out of Walla Walla, Washington. His Chevrolet currently in the top spot. I think we're too early in the race. I don't see anybody deciding to come down to the pit lane just yet. I just don't see service being done. So, with that said, thanks to everybody for joining us. The light should go off on the pace car, I believe, this time by or next time around is what we're being told. And we'll get ready to go for a restart again as 14 of 130 laps being worked on. Thank you to everybody for joining us as always as well. Obviously, we did try to find replacements, but we couldn't snag anybody, if you will. So all right. Well, we'll try this again. Ready to bring the field to the green flag for the first restart here in the Geico restart zone. Coming off of turn number 4, you've got now Kevin Smith and Dan West Jr., row number 1. Jeff Stabnow, Joshua Marcy right behind them with Devin West, as well as Ryan Bloom. Gormley, last week's winner in Charlotte. Toby Ritters is up in that battle. We're underway in green. Back to it. Coming out of the Geico restart zone, they'll send it off now, funneling into turn number 1 and 2. And give it now to Kevin Smith on the hole shot. He'll power away from Dan West Jr. One scraping off the wall. I believe that was Stephen O'Hare. White and Brightsman all around there as well. O'Hare off the pace, trying to get back rolling again. Wow, tangle. Boy, I thought Bloom was going to slam the safer barrier. Outside retaining wall, he holds it together. By the way, you're seeing a lot of our drivers we saw with Tyler Kim. We'll see it with the Quizrite Racing number 47 as Ryan Gormley gets knocked out of line. Pushed to the inside, tussles and fights his way back up into the groove, if you will. Making contact with Sean Brightsman. Gets back to the inside. Brightsman now out of the groove. Trying to get back rolling, Brightsman and Ritter. Anyhow, when I was referring to the USA colors on the car, just like Chris White sending it off in turn number 1. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I see a lot of our drivers of the Northwest Racing Series doing homage and tribute for obviously a lot of our racers, and obviously we thank them and appreciate them for that, no doubt. Well, look at Ryan Bloom battling with White. Got Ryan Gormley on the inside. Somehow, some way, holding it together as they drive each other up the racetrack again into turn number 2. Back straightaway. Gormley, Brightsman. All of this happening as they work into the corner, closing in now on 20 laps into this race. All the while, still Kevin Smith the leader. Look at this battle now going on for the 3rd spot. Or correction, 4th, actually. Marcy outside, Stab now. A little hit there by Bloom. Bloom got up the track. Sideways in the corner out of turn number 2. There's contact again. Win Racing, LSRTV. The battle continues here at Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway. Gormley on the outside now, the 22 TRD machine of this battle. He's in 7th. You're watching this 4-car tango. Do-si-do as we're approaching 20 laps in from 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And there goes now on board Jeff Stabnow. Chris White right there, flanked to the bottom of the Camaro. And the Toyota Supra of Stabnow. And oh my goodness, he got loose there. That was Brightsman, by the way, in that 46 we were referring to. Look at Ritters powering high on the outside. Ritters wants to crack the top 10 and get in the single-digit position. Chris White pulls in front of Stabnow, put him to 8th and 9th. Stabnow. Daggett's now holding off Ritters and Lowther to crack the top 10. That's right there, tightened with one another again off the corner out of 2. Stabnow fighting the car, moves a minute there. He'll now fall back to 10. As Daggett and White, Brightsman will clear the 24. Here comes now Lowther, up high in the corner out of 3. Newton on the inside. Ritters right there to follow as they climb each other up the bank in the corner out of 4. Lowther, I think, just smacked off the outside. Safer barrier. He'll hold it together and will still stay under the green flag. All of this going on now as they continue to negotiate their way. Lowther now settling in. into the battle with Newton and Lowther. Ritters is there. This is 13th. Also, here's another battle going on in the top 20. This is in the back of the pack. Remember when we mentioned on the restart where Stephen O'Hare bounced off the wall on the restart in turn 2? Well, the Nicole Bryan Photography Reese's 41 has fell all the way back to the 17th, 18th spot. And now he is trying to hold off the battle between Johnson and Audenbacher. Meanwhile, back up to the front again. The battle now for 4th. Ryan Bloom, Marcy. Marcy got high. Went Bloom, low went Marcy, and opened the door. And he weasels his way into that spot. Ryan Bloom back to the 4th spot. Marcy to 5th. And behind Marcy, look at this log jam of traffic coming at you now, single file. Gormley, Brightsman, White, Daggett, Newton. That's the whole pack right there. And here we go after Marcy for 4th again as they work off turn 4. A lot of great racing going on here in the early going with Kevin Smith still out in front. West in that 2nd position. West, Smith, West, West. That's father, son. All of this happening now as the field works their way again off the corner into 3 and 4. Back down the front straightaway here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. Closing in, believe it or not, on 100 laps to go. We've had one caution, by the way. One yellow flag presented by Virginia811.com for the caution information summary. Next caution, or if we get another yellow, we'll give you those details. But right now, everybody is kind of minding their P's and Q's around the racetrack. Had some pretty exciting moments. But now things kind of have simmered down. And no, speaking of simmering down, business is picked up again. Here we go again. Ryan Gormley. Ryan Gormley and Jeff Stabnow fighting it out for now the top 10. And Troy Daggett in that 11th spot outside looking in. Lowther and King and all the other ones. Well, that's not. Remember, there's Cam had the problem earlier. And now he'll fight that car working off the corner. And he'll slam the wall, Kim will. The man that brought out a caution earlier in the race, the one and only caution. And obviously, you just see he has not got the handle at all. So we're closing in now on lap number 28 of this race. About to be 100 laps to go. And all the while, Kevin Smith continues to still be the man to lead the way. Dan West Jr. in that 2nd spot. Devin West 3rd. Here's Marcy. Back to the battle of the top 5. You got Bloom 4th, but then you got Marcy. And Brightsman to the inside on Marcy. And now Newton to the bottom as well. He'll try to make a run on him. Chris White, can he reel them in? Not yet. They'll come off the turn out of 4. Bloom on the inside. And Brightsman again just hanging there patiently. Made his move. Marcy falling all the way back to 7th now, if you will. Into the clutches of now the 47 of Chris White. Field working their way again off the turn. Off of 4. Diamond off the corner. Everyone kind of just staying into position right now. No one jumping out of line. We're officially at 90 or 100 laps to go. We've completed 30 laps of this race, 100 laps remaining. By the way, lap 65 will be halfway. Sean Brightsman loose on the back straightaway. Got really cocked sideways on the bottom of the speedway. And Paul Newton unable to capitalize on the slip by Brightsman for 5th. While that goes on, look at that battle a moment ago between Brightsman and Newton. Behind them, also Marcy and White were going at it. Stab now falls all the way back to 9th. Gormley 10th, and speaking of 10th, here we go again. Battle for 10th with a couple of cars trying to run down the double deuce. Tyler King up on the high side, the Band-Aid Ford, the Camaro 99 Daggett, and Frazier in the 2. Dan Lowther in the Chevrolet as well. All trying to run down Ryan Gormley, last week's winner in Charlotte, to advance into the top 10. Remember, this series, though we will still be competing on Monday and Wednesday night, they are taking a kind of summer break, if you will, with running different leagues like dirt, big block modifieds, modified cars, late models, sprint cars, road course events. There will be points series for them. However, it will be a fun league. And then both of these series for the Truck and Xfinity Fixed Series divisions will come back and they will contend again after summer. It's what it looks like on the schedule. I just want to make sure I have all this information correct. But it looks like in addition, okay, I am correct. So in addition to taking off until Labor Day, this series will return. Now again, we'll still have other races on Monday night and Wednesday night, but the Northwest Truck and B Series divisions, by vote, are taking off. But again, it is just this series. There is going to be, and Charles was talking about it earlier, our kind of racing on dirt, sprint cars, or not sprint cars, big block modifieds, the modified cars, the late models, street stocks, the road course racing, but I believe those 4-cylinder, help me out, Charles, what kind of cars are they? The V8 cars, I think it is. Okay. Well, the V8, I want to say it's the V8 cars, or the four. We did a race, and this is kind of where the idea came from. We did a race last year with, I believe it was the Major Series, and everybody loved it. And they said, we would like to do something like that with the Monday, Wednesday program. So that's kind of the idea of what we're looking at doing. Is Ryan Bloom, correction, Tyler King, shoots up the bottom of the racetrack as Tyler King shot up high. Gormley now trying to return the favor on the bottom. And Seth Frazier trying to make this now a 3-car battle for 10th. Tyler King up on the outside. You know, he's got some awesome credentials in this series. He is a winner in the both years past. In addition to that, he is the defending, reigning Northwest Truck Series champion from last year. And by the way, I just want to remind everybody that this series will be, okay, you know what? I sound like I made a boo-boo. My apologies to everybody. It is not the Monday Truck League. It is the Wednesday series only that is doing all of these, taking that break. So I want to apologize. The Monday series will still be in effect. We will take, however, a week off too for holidays, 4th of July, Memorial Day, obviously, things of that caliber. Just so we're in agreement and everybody is aware, it is the trucks. Oh, look out, Daggett! Top right of the screen, sideways, Daggett saves it off 4. But he'll fall all the way back to 15th. But back to what I was saying, it is just the Xfinity Fixed B-Series cars that you're watching. and you're listening to on CRN and the Community Radio Network, as well as iRacing on LSRTV. CLICKIT RV, Northwest Fixed Series. We're going to go side by side. We're also going to pause for 10 seconds of radio identification on the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
At CLICKIT RV, we know there's a lot of heritage and history at this location. RV sales and service has been part of this community for decades. We knew there was an incredible opportunity here, but to see where we've come in just a year is incredible. None of it would be possible without the patronage and support from this community. So whether it be a more convenient and accessible service drive, a fully stocked parts department, or this amazing sales facility, what drives this team daily is making sure our customers leave here with the best possible experience.
I was just looking at the schedule for the trucks, and man, it's going to be really fun after we come back from Memorial Day. Obviously, remember, we are off officially next we're officially off next Monday and Wednesday and Thursday in observance of Memorial Day break. We'll come back at Atlanta for the trucks. Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play. June 5th, big truck race, 200 miles. Nashville on the way. Then we take off again for, it says in observance of Juneteenth. That's a holiday, and we're under caution. Yellow flag will fly. Okayama International Circuit in Japan. It says 400 laps. I hope we don't go 400 laps on the road course, Charles. Holy cow. 400 miles, 400 laps, 925 miles. And there's your caution. Oh boy, Stephen O'Hare, Frank Harris. There's one of those Aerokinetics machines along with Paulison. That's twice now that Aerokinetics has been involved in a caution. But Paulison and Harris earlier. With Tyler Gammon now, Stephen O'Hare. And I got a feeling everybody's coming to pit road. I really do. Here you go. You see the commitment down to the inside. Cavalry comes down to the pits. .44 of 130 laps. Over 80 laps to go, and here comes everybody down to the pit lane for service, I'm thinking, no doubt. .45 of 130 laps out. Look at Smith, the West family, Breitzman, Newton. Just some of the opening boxes on their pit stalls. Getting work done. Staff now. Bloom, Marcy. Who's going to peel off first? It's going to be Frazier. Kim. But look at this. The advantage of pitting in your first pit box for Kevin Smith. Came in P1, exits P1. Except for Russ Lundberg, which I believe is going to be now scored as the new leader. But now he has decided to give up the lead and bring his Ford Mustang 129 onto the pit lane. Dan West Jr., by the way, got out first in front of Kevin Smith, but the advantage, well, no, I thought it was Kevin Smith. Okay, what am I, have I seen things? Okay, it was Kevin Smith. All right, so we're under the yellow flag. By the way, real quickly, I know I mentioned it earlier. Now we can show it to you on the bottom left of the screen. There it is. Caution information. I really think, Charles, you should call it caution information or race summary, something like that. Caution race summary. Because we always mention that. Total cautions 2, caution laps 6. Lead changes 0. Brought to you by Virginia811.com. Dig with care. Call before you dig. If you're going to dig a ditch, call Virginia 811. Or call 811. Call 811. If you're going to dig a ditch, if you're going to dig a hole for some reason, if you're going to dig a hole for pools, if you're going to dig to try to put in a water line or power pole or a swimming pool, any of those things, don't hesitate to call 811. And by the way, you can literally call 811 in North Carolina. You can call in Virginia. You can call in West Virginia. You can call in Tennessee. You can call in Florida. You can call in Kentucky. Hell, you can call in Puerto Rico if you're in that location. And 811 is pretty much worldwide. And big love to my friend Brian Morehouse as well. If you people are tired of hearing just my voice, my apologies. Everybody played hooky tonight. Nobody was available to fill in, so I'm kind of on the broadcast color call by myself. Charles Wooten jumps in a time or two, but obviously it is a lot of work himself just to kind of man and handle the production of the broadcast as well. So thanks to everybody for joining us, not only on iRacing on LSRTV, but the Community Radio Network. Hey, by the way, if you want to go to Community Radio Network and the archives and social media, great interviews about the big races this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Coca-Cola 600 with longtime friend and colleague Mark James of the IMS Radio Network and IndyCar Radio, Lenny Baticki and Doug Rice of the Performance Racing Network. And by the way, details coming soon. Community Radio Network is about to sign with a Performance Racing Network partnership to broadcast PRN coverage on CRN. I'm pretty excited about that. Green flag back in the air, and we're back to it again here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, whether you are listening on the radio or you're watching on iRacing on LSRTV. Ready for the green. And Kevin Smith again with a stellar restart over the pack. The last couple of restarts have been hairy, seeing how things go. But anyhow, it's Kevin Smith jumping back out to the lead. I'm about 17 laps away to the halfway mark. On the racetrack, slamming the wall. Kim got loose again in front of Tyler King and others. Ryan Gormley, Dan Lowther, that's going on in the back of the top 15. Meanwhile, you're seeing the leaders. Win Racing up front, LSRTV. 2, 3, Win Racing 4. LSRTV in the middle of that double cheeseburger Win Racing sandwich, if you will. All of this continues to go on. Look at Jeff Stab now down to the inside of Marcy. This will put him to Marcy to 6th. Stab now trying to battle back. What a good run for Jeff Stabnow right now. Closing in on 80 laps to go. 50 are in when they come to the line. Kevin Smith is the leader. Dan West Jr. in second. Devin West third. Bloom, Newton, and then you got Stabnow and Marcy battling. Fraser, Gormley, and White now your top 10. Kevin Smith, since the drop of the green, leading the way. And what fitting would it be for Kevin Smith if he was to win this race? Obviously, he's turning the fastest lap of anybody successfully, consistently, lap after lap. 34 flat, by the way. He just turned 34 flat, 34.22. So he's literally hitting his marks perfect. And you got to remember, he's got new tires. So that also makes, his drive very good and fast and quick. Car fast. Paulison and Ritter's going at it. This is for 12th. Battle for the Baker's Dozen spot. If anybody did not know what Baker's Dozen is, that's 13th, if you never knew that. Learn something new every day. Kevin Smith, Dan West Jr., Devin West, to look at Frazier of the racetrack, and here comes down Marcy on the bottom. Marcy inside, Toyota Chevrolet battle. Another Toyota hooks up on the bottom with Gormley. Gormley with Marcy trying to tag team and go after Frazier up on the outside lane. Help's coming though. Gormley gives some help. Instead back to Frazier. He can't decide which way to go, and neither can Chris White. He's held up single file as they work around Marcy on the bottom of the top out of turn 1. Working off turn 4. I'm sorry, working off 2. I meant to say, yeah, working off turn 2. It is Smith, West, Bloom, Newton, top 5. Holding it together as they work their way around the corner. Back into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Marcy. What a strong run for that driver in the 35 machine. Brian Gormley in the TRD Toyota Supra by himself. Right there on the inside. Chris White's trying to run him back down again as well. He's trying to carry King and Paulison into that train, if you will. Right now, the conductor is the 00. Kevin Smith, he is out in front. There he is. Since the drop of the green, with the exception of one lap coming to the pits and giving the lead to Lundberg, he's led this race. It is Kevin Smith, the leader. Dan West Jr. second. Devin West second. Dan West Jr. third. Ryan Bloom and Paul Newton top 5. And speaking of father-son West, there they go. Devin West getting around Daddy. And Devin West is going after the leader. Win Racing's 00, Kevin Smith. Trying to close down. Trying to close in on him. Will this all happen? Here comes Paul Newton. Newton and Stab now. Or flip-flop that. Stab now and Newton, 5th and 6th. And I'm understanding best battle on the racetrack right now between Breitzman and Paulison. 12th and 13th. That's side by side. That's where all the action is right now for the time being. Everyone else is kind of calm, cool, collective, and single file and gathering their thoughts, thinking of making a move, thinking of making a run, but just intently being patient. Two cautions so far to slow the race down. midnight on the East Coast, where I'm located in North Carolina, Central Time, and where Charles Wooten is. And oh boy, Brightman slipping on the inside below the apron there. 10 o'clock Mountain Time and 9:15 Pacific, where a lot of these drivers are on the Northwest. Closing in 5 laps to halfway, by the way, as well. Marcy on the outside, watching all this going on there. Frazier and Newton, by the way, changed position. There goes Gormley on the bottom. Gormley after White. He'll carry King with him. Brightsman also. This is for 10th, 11th, and 12th on the speedway. I love the comment, by the way, by the Ritters family, Rose. Get him, Clifford. Run that dog on a car. Run that dog on car rugged. I like that. Right now, Ritters is 14th. See a little glimpse of him right there in the behind that battle with Marcy, White, King, Brightsman, Gormley, and company. There he is. Another win racing competitor. We continue to approach halfway. As we continue to approach halfway in this race. There's Ritters, there's Gormley. Ritters starting to make a climb, man. He's up to the Baker's Dozen spot. Got around Gormley, got around Ottenbacher, and he's now settles in at 13th. Tyler King, Sean Brightsman. A 21 Band-Aid car. You think of when Michael Waltrip used to drive that car in the NASCAR Busch Series, if you will. Teal, green and white, 46. Sean Brightsman going after the maroon and white, 35 of Marcy. And King makes his move. Truck champion of last year, down to the inside. Brightsman waiting patiently, whether to pounce on the inside or outside lane. We're coming to the cross flags next time by. Kevin Smith leading the way as we are going to see the cross flags in the air this time by when they come to the line. 65 down, 65 to go. All the while we continue to watch this battle continue between Marcy, King, Brightsman. Down the back straightaway into that turn, into turn 3. Marcy up high, opens the door for King, opens the door for Brightsman. He's on the bottom, he wants to go for 2 for 1. Brightsman in that 11th spot trying to climb to 9th. He's on the inside of Marcy. Marcy powers back on the outside lane. Shot up the racetrack out of 2. Staying to the inside is going to be Brightsman. Continuing to hold the line. Brightsman down there to the bottom. Brightsman, Marcy. Brightsman clears Marcy. After King, Brightsman in 10th. Working off 4. Kevin Smith still continuing to be the leader of this race, man. He's done a phenomenal job just being in contention, having a strong race car. Hanging with all of our competitors behind him. And Kevin Smith, woe be the field when the technical gremlins have improved for the 00. Because for the most part, Kevin Smith, even before he had those technical issues, was very competitive, very strong. But here's the deal. He's in a bad hole. First off, you got to be in the top 16 to make the playoffs. You also need a win. Kevin Smith has no wins, and he's 16th. right there on the verge of making that playoff spot. Get himself a win before this long break. That'll solidify your opportunity to be able to go to the dance and run for the championship. By the way, West Racing team standing, they're leading the way on West Racing by 16 over Win Racing. Next Gen Racing third, Beaver State fourth, and Quist Wright fifth. The driver and team standings, as we mentioned, Ryan, all of this going on tonight. Kevin Smith, Devin West battle for the lead. Possibly going to be brewing up here. Round 11 tonight. Pick your poison, ladies and gentlemen. Right now looking at the Season 4, the Northwest Xfinity B Series cars. And as I mentioned, they're going to take a long break for other cool racing ideas like dirt super late models, dirt big block modifieds, dirt UMP modifieds, maybe some street stock, road course racing. That's the plan, and come back for the resumption of the season on September 6th. And listen, here's the deal. As we continue to see now Kevin Smith, starting to lap cars now like Russ Lundberg and some other machines. They then return on September 6th. Michigan, Atlanta, New Hampshire, Talladega, the wild card. Those are the final 5 races before the playoffs start. And I think I mentioned that you got to be in the top 16. My apologies. You got to be in the top 12. You got to be in the top 12 to get a shot to run in the playoffs. And right now, Kevin Smith, 16th in the truck standings. He is 21st. 21st in the B Series. And now a new leader as Team LSRTV gets the pass on the Win Racing Smith machine. Devin West back to the lead. Remember, Dan West Jr. won the other night. Devin West finished second. That was Monday night, last Monday night, previously at Charlotte. Newton, Paul Newton, road course king, to the inside. You know, he's looking forward to Okayama, Japan. The next race after Memorial Day for the trucks. Outside, Christopher White, loving that car, by the way. It is Memorial Day weekend. And remember to pause, reflect, and remember. If you see a soldier on the street, even a veteran, shake their hand. Tell them thank you for your services. If they're still active, thank you. And remember, Memorial Day is a time to reflect and remember those that we've had that have lost fighting for our country. I'm proud to be an American. And one of the reasons that I have the privilege to do what I do as a freedom is because of those men and women. Those that are still active and those that have perished. And I thank them sincerely for their services on this Memorial Day when you're out barbecuing or you're enjoying the Monaco Grand Prix in the morning, the Indy 500 in the midday, to the Coca-Cola 600, or even if you're in Texas flying a drone. Yes, I'll be doing real racing. Just stop, and basketball as well. I'll do basketball television as well, but just stop and say thank you to a soldier, and just remember. Closing in on 70, well, closing on lap 80 actually. Boy, they're knocking these laps off. We're about 50 laps to go. Let's go side by side. take another break. You're not going to miss anything. Thank you to our radio partners, including on CRN, the Stock Car Racing Team Game, as well as the Wiles Agency Group Incorporated, our sponsors on LSRTV. You'll see them on the screen, and we will return with the finish from Gateway. Top 5 right now, it still is. Now, Devin West, the leader. Kevin Smith, Dan West Jr., Ryan Bloom, and Jeff Stabnow.
At CLICKIT RV, we know there's a lot of heritage and history at this location. RV sales and service has been part of this community for decades. We knew there was an incredible opportunity here, but to see where we've come in just a year is incredible. None of it would be possible without the patronage and support from this community. So whether it be a more convenient and accessible service drive, a fully stocked parts department, or this amazing sales facility, what drives this team daily is making sure our customers leave here with the best possible experience.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
For the ultimate dirt track racing experience, the Triple Crown Throwdown. This Memorial Day weekend, get ready for 3 nights of high-octane action at 4 different racetracks. 67 Speedway and Sabine Speedway will kick things off with a doubleheader Friday night. On Saturday, it's off to Boot Hill Speedway, and on Sunday, the action concludes at ARCLITEC Speedway. But that's not all. There's a chance to take home some serious cash with $1,000 to win each night for the USRA factory stock and limited mods. Plus, a 3-day points fund. Whether you're a die-hard racing fan or just looking for some family-friendly entertainment, the Triple Crown Throwdown is one you don't want to miss. So mark your calendars for Memorial Day weekend and join us at the track or watch it live at Race on Texas.
Green flag pit stops underway as we came back from timeout. Welcome back to our coverage. Wesley Outland here with you solo tonight because Jason Rockefeller on vacation. Everybody else unavailable. Green flag pit stops rolling on as this will possibly be the money stop of the race to determine who's going to be in victory lane unless we get one of those late race cautions. And Kevin Smith is in his pit stall. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel. It's going to be Devin West, Dan West Jr. They're in. They give up the lead now. Jeff Stabnow, their teammates are on pit road. Brightsman did not pit yet. He stayed on the racetrack. He's your new leader. Paul Newton did not pit yet. Neither did Christopher White. Audenbacher, Team LSRTV for the most part, came to the pit lane. Marcy on pit road. Ritter's on pit road. Paulison on pit road. All these drivers taking obviously 4 tires and fuel, ready to go to the finish. And with that also being said, they want to be able to take on a fast repair if they need one from being damaged earlier. But for the most part, I really think that majority of them are okay. Here comes now Stabnow, roaring off pit lane. Car number 24, 4 tires and fuel, ready to roll. Brightsman now the new leader. Closing in on over 40 laps to go. There is Paul Newton. He's now in second, 2.5 seconds back to Brightsman. And there's Jeff Stabnow. All these drivers that have just pitted under green flag going a lap down, but they're fighting to get those lead lap spots back. Whenever we see these cars from the rest of the field on the scoring pylon come to the pit lane. Brightsman, Newton, here comes now Johnson. That's another team, LSRTV Chevrolet Camaro. Brett Johnson on pit road. We still await his teammate, Brightsman, Newton, Christopher White for CWR Racing, Tyler King. All these drivers are waiting to come to the pit lane. Here comes Audenbacher now on the pit road. 89 in. He made a pit stop earlier. He might have got a penalty. And he's got damage on the rear end of the 89 car. He might have to go for a fast repair. You saw how fast if you watch the scoring pylon, how fast it quickly updated with obviously all the drivers that have pitted getting back on the lead lap. Now you got 11 cars on the lead lap because Lowther was the first car 1 lap down. Here comes now Tyler King. He'll veer off and come to the pit lane for the green flag money stop. Brightsman, Newton, White, only cars left to pit. They've not done it yet. Audenbacher did not use a fast repair, so I think he just got penalized or something. Unless he overshot his pit stall and then he just continued to run down pit road. We're getting a story on that. Anyhow, Audenbacher now several laps down, but things update here. Trying to see what the 21 Tyler King will spin the tires, roll the pit road. Under 40 laps to go. Well, again, this series after tonight will have a nice little break until Labor Day, and then they'll make the run for 5 weeks before the playoffs for a championship. And all the while, a lot of cool leagues in the works with super dirt car, big blocks modifieds. You've got the big block modifieds, you got the UMP modifieds, maybe some street stocks, maybe a pavement late model race or something, maybe a off-road road course, you know, the Mazda MX-5 Cup, if you will, something like that, during the summer. That's the plan. That was what the agreement was. And we'll have all the details for all of that. There is Sean Brightsman. I don't think Sean Bright's got enough to roll the dice and go the distance. I just don't see that being possible. He's going to have to come to the pits. Just a matter of when. Same thing with Paul Newton. Same thing with Christopher White. Right there in tow with one another, 1, 2, and 3. They're going to have to pit. Unless they're hoping or efforting for a caution to come out. And then that will change the scenario for everybody. And if that happens, you got guys like Marcy, Gormley, and others that are going to be mired in the back a lap down and trapped because of it. Jeff Stabnow going after Frazier. This is for the last spot on the lead lap. Stabnow is 9th, Frazier 8th. Stabnow trying to get around him. To the inside, to the outside, back to the bottom. Up the racetrack, Frazier 2. He'll go down the back straightaway. Jeff Stabnow. One more run at him. By the way, remember the Gateway World will be firing up again in the arches of St. Louis. St. Louis will host at Worldwide Technology Raceway all 3 NASCAR series next week. Not this week, not this weekend. This weekend, Sunday, they're at Charlotte. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're at Charlotte, actually. But next week after that, they will be at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And a very thrilling race. Remember what happened last year between Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain and all of the craziness that went on there? We're approaching now lap 100. As Frazier and Stabnow single file. This is still continuing for 9th and 10th. Best battle, now they go single file here. And now we're being told that this battle for 20th, even though they're going at it hot and heavy, the Aerokinetic Sim Sports number 11, the legend Frank Harris and his Ford, battling the Team Real Treat Bass Pro Shops number 20 Chevrolet of Chris Kynes. Both a lap down. A Lowther. Battle for 13th, a lap down. Chris White is right there in their path. Brightsman is the leader. 3.4 seconds back is Paul Newton. 4.6 seconds back is Chris White, who we just saw just a moment ago amongst that battle that was going on in the top 13. With Lowther and Daggett and Johnson and Audenbacher. Here you see a glimpse of his car, the white machine. Been on the green flag run for over 55 laps now is what we're being told by the producer. Look at this. Sean Brightsman, total pit stops, current stint, 55 laps. That was, by the way, remember, when we had that second caution in the race. And now he's leading. There's the man in 4th. Devin West, he's in 4th right now. When Brightsman, Newton, and White pit, then this will give Devin West the lead. He also has to continue to hold on to about that 1.5 second lead. And now here comes Chris White on the pit lane. Slow down, Chris. You better get on the blinders before you get to the pit commitment. He might get busted for speeding on pit road. We'll find out. Boy, you see he was so locking up the brakes on the commit line. And Chris White on pit road. Primer color Memorial Day USA 47 in his pit stall, the 2021 Northwest Cup Series champion. It is 4 tires and fuel to go to the finish with under 30 laps to go. Under 30 laps to go again. And while all of this goes on, a great race, a great battle. It's been fun watching all of this excitement going on to the finish. Ready to see where these guys will take it to the end of the race now as it's coming down to the end. I think we are still waiting to see when Brightsman and Newton are going to pit. Those are the drivers that we're waiting on to see at the end who will come to the pit lane, who will take on service, and then call it a race. What a drive right now for the driver, Sean Brightsman. We have seen several times Sean Brightsman play these methodical games, if you will, for strategy, to push it to the end and make something happen to win the race. We've seen it to win championships. We've seen it to win in Cup and Truck, and as well now in this Battle Fuel run for the finishes. Oh, we got Toby Ritters in the wall. Toby Ritters has slammed the wall of the 23, and somehow he keeps on going. And Sean Brightsman was sideways a moment ago off the corner. And there you see a pass now. Dan West Jr. around Kevin Smith. That's a positive, by the way, because when Brightsman and Newton pit, Dan West Jr. will now be in second. Son Devin West, he'll be the leader. Remember, Devin West had Dan West take the victory at Charlotte. Return the favor. The West family, absolutely impressive this year. I think I mentioned in the last 8 of 10 races on Monday night, there has been a West family to win, named to win, whether it is Devin West or Dan West Jr. And the same could possibly be happening. But by the way, that's right now not official. What is official is Kevin Smith in 5th, losing ground to those West machines, and Sean Brightsman, their teammate, the leader of the number 46. Paul Newton in 2nd, 4 seconds back behind Paul Newton on Brightsman. And here comes the leader on pit road. Sean Brightsman could not go the distance. Money stop time for the 46. He went for a gamble. I really think he thought it was going to get a caution. It just did not happen. So, Sean Brightsman on pit road. Devin West is now the new leader. He had already cleared around Paul Newton. We know Paul Newton's going to have to pit. Dan West Jr. behind Newton. And that little Newton sandwich, if you will, West family 1 and 3. Kevin Smith now 3 seconds back to the leader of Devin West. And Ryan Bloom in 5th, 3/4 of a second, about 3.8 seconds back is what we're being told now. Then you got Frazier, Seth Frazier, 16 seconds, well, 13 seconds now on the leader. Stab now and Mark, see, 14 seconds. There's the distance. And we're also closing in this time by on 20 laps to go at the line. Inside, Chris White. White 3 wide, Brightsman inside, Audenbacher up on top. Audenbacher giving White and Brightsman plenty of room. to the inside. The top 10 from Devin West, the leader, to the 10th place man of Tyler King, 30.50 seconds, the interval. From 1st to 10th right now, that's what it is. There's King, there's Breitzman. Paul Newton, he is coming in. Paul Newton, last car that had to commit to pit. The Paul Newton Designs Ford coming down to the pit lane. West 1 and 2, Smith to third. He is 3.5 seconds back to the leader, Devin West. And Devin West can haul the mill from here and go to the finish. For everyone behind the West family, they're praying, they're hoping they get a caution flag. They're just not the part of it. And with under 20 laps to go, there you see Kevin Smith. Another solid run for the Win Racing 00. And again, I've said it Monday night with Justin Prince. I've said it on Wednesday night with Jason or Terry Radford or somebody here with me. And tonight with me being solo, it is another LSRTV versus Win Racing battle for the teams, for the championship. Kevin Smith now trying to get around Dan Lowther. Dan Lowther a lap down, he's in 16th. Up ahead of Kevin Smith. If he can clear Dan Lowther, is clean air, and Dan West Jr. for second. Kevin Smith back to the bottom, trying to clear around Lowther. Lowther, the One Fine Studio 63 Chevrolet. Arian on the side of caution, stays to the outside lane, pulls down to the bottom of Smith. He'll clear him. That's a lap car. Kevin Smith now trying to power it away to get back to the leaders. By the way, speaking of the leaders, Devin West, 15 to go. There he is by himself. Brett Johnson, a teammate, lapped down in front of him and 13th behind him, I meant to say. Brett Johnson sideways. And there is Dan West Jr., his father. He's mired between a couple of lap cars. I think that was Marcy. Actually, I stand corrected. There's basically the interval of the leaders in the top three, and also the lap cars that are in the path of these drivers fighting it out. Hey, we're coming up on the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of radio identification. We'll take you to the finish from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Next, this is CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Home stretch, here we come. Welcome back to Worldwide Technology Raceway. Aerial coverage tonight provided by LSRTV. And very soon, Texas drone videos. I'm Wesley Outland. Solo, but we're rocking and rolling to the home stretch. Charles Wooten doing a phenomenal job as always, giving you the sights and sounds and pictures or the audio coverage on LSRTV and the CRN network. These drivers will have a long break. Though they'll still be racing on Wednesday night in other fun leagues, there'll be a long break before they come back into these cars or compete in Labor Day, September, or after Labor Day for that matter. 12 laps to go. Has anybody got anything for the West family? Devin West and Dan West Jr. right now, they're 1 and 2. There is Kevin Smith. He's looking for another podium for third. Nothing wrong with bronze, nothing wrong with silver for the West family. In the last 12 races, 10 of 12 races, the West family have won. Dan West Jr. won in Charlotte on Monday night with the trucks. And now, Devin West is leading, understanding Marcy having some technical gremlins. He's trying to battle back through them. And you see the 35 return. Jeff Stabnow, the 24 from Billings, Montana. It's not a win. Another top 10 in the 6th position for the Billings, Montana driver. And they're closing in on 10 remaining. This is it, 10 to go. Lap 121 flashes on the scoreboard. Devin West. Just phenomenal drive for the young man. He doesn't even get to really compete that much because of the real day-to-day life schedule of work. And then also racing as a dirt racer in modifieds and street stocks in the Pacific Northwest. The driver out of Shelton, Washington. Using his real brawn and gone to take this race to the finish. It is Devin West with a phenomenal drive in the number 5. Dan West Jr., his dad is right behind them. Monday night in Charlotte, Dan West Jr. was pushed to victory with his son Devin West behind him. And you heard him say the word, not only are we teammates, we're family. Blood is obviously thicker than water, no doubt, virtual or reality. And in addition to that, he said, my dad needs a win. I've got to win. I don't know if I'm going to be in the playoffs. My attempt is to be in the playoffs, but I know my dad is committed. And it's also another phenomenal battle in the Win Racing versus Team LSRTV battle. Hey, there's Brett Johnson. Brett Johnson in the 7, a top 15 tonight for him. He's the only driver on the lead lap. Now getting passed to go a lap down by Devin West and Dan West Jr. And his teammate Brett Johnson says, have at it, boys. Clear a path. Go to the finish. They're running for the championships. They're running for the win. Brett Johnson has really showed a lot of improvement, though, in the last month. Paul Newton. He's in the 12th position. Ottenbacher right there with him in 13th. They were closing in on 5 laps to go. Devin West, still the main man leading the way. There's that number 27, obviously. I know he's going to look forward to the return of the trucks after a Memorial Day break. Okinawa. Hey, by the way, don't forget tomorrow night, the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series will be in action at Knoxville Raceway. Five laps to go. Knoxville Raceway for tomorrow night's event. Don't forget also the Community Radio Network will have coverage of the Fayetteville Stingers and Coastal Georgia Buccaneers at the Crown Coliseum tomorrow night. And then we'll have coverage again of the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series. That will follow tomorrow night on the Community Radio Network. Coastal Georgia Buccaneers tomorrow night. 4 to go. There's the third place man. Will it last though? His teammate for Win Racing, Ryan Bloom, running him down like a lost cause down the front straightaway. Reeling him in like bait on a hook. This might be the battle for the finish right here. Battle for third to decide it all. 3 to go. Kevin Smith and Ryan Bloom. To the inside, down to 3. Pucker time. Time to get all those chess pieces in order to go for checkmate. The payout window's about to open next time around for Devin West and Dan West Jr. and Kevin Smith holding off Ryan Bloom. 2 laps to go here at Gateway. We'll continue to monitor the battle for third. But right now, we set our sights on the young man and the West Racing LSRTV CRN. WCS, number 5 from Shelton, Washington. Coming to the line. The white flag is in the air. One more lap to go for the number 5 of Devin West. This is it. Final time around. Dan West Jr. in that second spot. He's not even in the view of his son. He's 4 seconds back. 7.5 seconds back is Kevin Smith and Ryan Bloom. Coming off of turn number 4. Devin West, another win in the Northwest CLICKIT RV Fixed Series. He'll have a win when we return to racing after the summer. He gets it done tonight here at Gateway. Second spot to Dan West Jr. It will be Kevin Smith surviving the advances of Ryan Bloom to be able to get the podium again for another week this week, as well as in the trucks at Charlotte Monday night. And for Devin West, this one will be his 3rd win this season. He now goes to the all-time winner of the year of the most wins of anybody this season, 4 with 3, including victories at Dover and Atlanta. And now add Gateway to the mix. Dan West Jr. won Charlotte on Monday night. Devin West wins on Wednesday night, and father-son won 2, son-father won 2. And now the smash 'em up, crash 'em up demo derby that we call the Northwest High Five Salute is underway. Devin West, another phenomenal job, another victory here tonight at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Devin West the winner, Dan West Jr. dad second. Flip-flop that. That's the way it was at Charlotte on Monday for the trucks. Kevin Smith is third. By the way, third on Monday night. Ryan Bloom fourth, and Seth Frazier the top 5. Jeff Stabnow, Sean Brightsman, Joshua Marcy, Christopher White, and Ryan Gormley are your top 10. Finishing 11th and 12th, Paul Newton, Tyler King, defending Truck Series champion, 12 cars on the lead lap at the checkered flag. All these drivers a lap down or more to the finish. John Ottenbacher, Brett Johnson, another good run though, a lap down, solid top 15. And Toby Ritters as well with a top 15 drive. Dan Lowther, Troy Daggett, Stephen Paulison, Frank Harris, Russ Lundberg, top 20. Rest of the rundown: Chris Kynes, Tyler Kim, Stephen O'Hare, drivers that were involved in incidents early in the race. And they had to finish several laps down or out of the race. By the way, Keith Garber, unable Kenneth Garber to take the official green flag, though attempting to qualify. Local total cautions tonight. Final look at it on the bottom left of the screen. 2 caution laps, 7. Not that many calamity crash em ups tonight like we expected. Lead changes are 6. And again, that's here tonight at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Caution information summary presented by Virginia811.com, reminding you please to call before you dig. Coming up, it is our post-race wrap-up. We will speak to the West family and Kevin Smith. It feels like deja vu all over again from Monday, but it's not. It's from Charlotte to Worldwide Technology Raceway, but that's how they finished up here in the race here tonight. We will grab them in a moment. This is coverage of the Northwest CLICKIT RV Fixed Setup Series, iRacing, LSRTV, and CRN, the Community Radio Network. Welcome back to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV, simulcast on CRN, the Community Radio Network from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Round 11 in the books, and when it's all said and done, well, it's like second verse, same as the first. If you count Monday at Charlotte, flip-flop it again, the father-son duo. This time, son in victory lane. Third win now this year for the CLICKIT RV Northwest Fixed Setup Series. Devin West will grab him in a moment. But first, Kevin Smith. Another great job for the Bomb Speed Win Racing CLICKIT RV West Auto entry. You have now successfully in your Chevrolet completed 2 full races. I know you've had some internet gremlins, but on the technical side, I know you got to have a smile on your face. Another podium at 2 races in a row, by the way.
Yeah, how about that? So it's just nice, like I was talking a little bit ago, just nice to get to the end of one of these deals and be able to race. I just love racing. I love racing around these guys. Devin and Dan always bring it. Congratulations to both of them. If I'm going to finish third twice in a week, I don't mind finishing third to those two. They're just such great racers and good guys.
I'll tell you what, you know, and I said this during the broadcast, having to call it solo tonight, Kevin, just to find things to say and find content and dialogue. You know, and you just hinted on it. Yeah, for sure. When everything's working good for Win Racing and you being the leader in that 00, you definitely are on the hunt. You're going to try to make a run to win races, but also to make a run to get in the playoffs to run for a championship.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just trying to close some gaps, do the best that I can. I understand I've put myself in a little bit of a bind here in both series. But yeah, I mean, we're going to go chase it. I mean, I feel like I'm getting better and better driving these things. And, you know, on the truck side, we've got great sets. I feel like I got a pretty good feel for this B car. And we're just going to go chase and see what happens at the end here.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, it's going to be a break for the B-Series cars, but are you excited to try some of these things that they got ideas of running modifieds and street stocks and, you know, big block modifieds and some road course racing with some MX-5 cars? I think it's going to be really cool to see some talents maybe kind of shine for some of our Northwest guys besides on the truck and B-Series level.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some exciting stuff coming down the pipe here during the summertime. You know, these things are, you know, when we switch and we get into these dirt cars and you know, these GT3 cars and some of the stuff that they're talking about, you know, those, I'm an old guy and this change, and it just takes maybe time that I don't always have to run and be competitive. If I can't be competitive, you know, I don't necessarily like running, but I think it's good for the series. I think it's good. To have some change during the summer and really have fun. I mean, we got a lot of great guys and a lot of great racers in this series that, you know, give them an opportunity to kind of shine in some of these other cars and circuits.
Kevin, always great catching up with you, man. Another good solid week for you, man. Before I let you go, thank your sponsors on that 00.
You bet, and thank you. I appreciate that. I want to thank you guys first and foremost, LSRTV, the series, just such a fun series to run in, and you know, the series sponsor, my sponsor, CLICKIT RV. We're at CLICKIT RV, Milton Freewater. If anybody's in the market for a travel trailer, RV, motorhome, that sort of thing, or need parts or service, we can certainly help you there. It's CLICKIT RV, MiltonFreewater.com. Congratulations, Dan, and congratulations, Devin. Great race.
There you go. There's the thoughts of Walla Walla, Washington, 00. Another podium third place from Charlotte to Worldwide Technology Gateway for Smith. Second spot to Daddy Dan West Jr., the 55 out of Shelton, Washington. Same as son Devin. Flip-flop it. Return the favor. Dan, second. Obviously, I know that you would race your son to the bitter ends if you had a chance to battle him for a win, but obviously nothing wrong with silver. Second place and another solid run for you in the points.
Yeah, I definitely need I've missed a couple races and I don't know, 2 or 3, but sitting back in, I think started the night in 14th, so I needed a good solid top 3 finish. I really wanted to win it. I needed a win. I don't have a win in this series this year, so But like you say, second is good. But at the end of the day, what I'm really out here for is just good, hard racing. And I think we got that tonight. So I felt like Kevin was the man to beat on a short run. And I just, I'm not really sure I had much for him. But fortunately, we had some long green flag runs that we haven't seen in a while. And I felt like that really made some good, tight racing. So congrats to Kevin, congrats to Devin, and Ryan too. Ryan was right in there with us.
Yeah, I mean, a good solid run between the team LSRTV and Win Racing. Again, I've kind of, not meaning to, but hyped it up as it being that's the versus battle. The two best teams, hands down, is 1 week Win Racing, next week LSRTV. But man, another stat in the last 12 races, 10 out of 12 wins for somebody with a West name. That's pretty darn impressive, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty fortunate. I mean, I feel like we come into these races and we give it our all, right? I mean, we we're not here to run last, and so we try to win, and you have to have some luck too to get up there. So yeah, I hope we didn't use up all our luck at the mid-season here. So hope we can keep this run going.
How do you keep the momentum going? I mean, obviously, you got to break until Labor Day, till we come back, or after Labor Day to come back with the 4 or 5 weeks, and then you got to run to the playoffs with the top 12 advancing. Are you going to attend some of these summer fun leagues? Are we going to see your strengths on the dirt? Obviously, we've seen you in the Super Late Models, the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series. You got 3 wins in a row, mind you. Devin West won last week in your absence, mind you. By the way, tomorrow night they're at Knoxville. But the chance to run the MX5 Cup car and the road courses and the big blocks and the modified street stocks, pavement late models. So some of the ideas that they're talking about doing, are you going to attend that, or are you going to say, man, we're going to take a break for the winter, for the summer, I meant, and come back for the Labor Day?
Yeah, I'm going to attend what I can. I've got things going on this summer too, so it's nice to have the break away from our regular series. But yeah, no, it's fun to dabble in that other stuff. I think it's really healthy for drivers to do that. Anytime you have to wheel a car in different ways, and it is a blast. But I have to stay on the wheel, just like Kevin says. I mean, I'm 54 years old, so I can't come out here like Devin or Cole Raz or somebody like that and then just jump in these things and with no practice. So yeah, no, I'll run as much as I can.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats to you. Second place. Before I let you go, man, thank the sponsors. We'll see you on Monday night, this Monday, but after, Memorial Day and in Okinawa, Japan, where we're going to for road course racing. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I bet that makes Kevin happy. I'm not much of a road course guy, so. I'd like to thank Effective Web Solutions, LSRTV. You guys are awesome. CRN Sports. CLICKIT RV, man. It's that time of year, like I was saying before, to get your family in an RV and go have some fun. So go out there and get a hold of Kevin, and I'm sure he'll treat you right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, the Shelton Washington driver again, Dan West Jr., second place winner, Charlotte, Monday night for the trucks. And Devin West, 3 wins now, most wins of anybody this year. Not somebody that normally competes on the full-time capacity, but you are digging yourselves out of a grave or a hole that you started yourself into to get yourself wins, get yourself consistent finishes, and get yourself in the points to be able to make the playoffs. I love your undying spirit, if you will. You're relentless in another win.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Wesley. I'm not sure what the minimum race requirement is for playoffs, but I'm just trying to show up as many of these teams as I can. I try to meet that requirement. And then I feel like as far as points and wins go, that'll take care of itself, obviously. I feel like I got speed, and so I just rely on winning. And like I said, hopefully that I can meet that minimum race requirement.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, everything went working for you perfectly. How excited or how happy was you to see Paul Newton and Chris White and Sean Brightsman peel off onto the pit lane, because you knew they were trying to play that strategy to look for a late race caution or to possibly make you think they could go the finish. I think obviously you knew they couldn't do it. You were waiting for them to peel off.
Yeah, I knew they couldn't go, but I also know that's a classic Sean strategy to stay out. And if we got a caution before it came in, Sean was fast, and so I knew that that would create for a good race, but something that was going to be pretty difficult to pull off and try to get back around him. So once those guys pulled in, I knew it was kind of clear sailing for me, at least to the end, as I was going to get any more cautions. So I kind of backed down a little bit, saved my stuff, in case we got a caution, kind of an awkward point where I didn't want to pit tires from my last set too early.
Well, when it's all said and done, Devin, man, you pick the win. Man, I got to ask you this question. What's your thoughts of you know, being able to, you're winning, your dad's winning, you know, and I don't want to say that you guys are becoming like the Jimmy Johnsons of the Northwest Series by any stretch of the imagination, because, you know, there's other great talents and we're seeing them. But hands down, you know, how do you look at all of these wins and losses different, obviously with the strategy of wanting to have more wins than the other guys, or do you just try to reset each race week in, week out, and, you know, try to keep that momentum going where you guys are at right now? 12 races, 10 wins in the West family name.
Yeah, I think once you get that first win, you just kind of reset, right? The season almost starts over for you, and you can go to each race week by week and race each race, you know, as its own race. And you have that freedom to take risk and try to play alternate strategy, or like tonight, just run hard, right? Like I didn't need to win this race, and so I just pushed for an entire run on that first run just to see what the tires would do, right? And I think that's a bit of an advantage for me compared to these other guys. But I mean, honestly, Wesley, like, I mean, I'm not the first guy to win multiple races in a few weeks span. There's been a lot of good drivers in the series. I think my dad said right now it's just we're just on a roll, and that's about that. Hopefully we can do this again in the playoffs, obviously.
Are you gonna? Well, I mean, I guess I kind of asked the question, you kind of answered it. I was gonna say, are you gonna kind of, you know, dabble into some of these fun races, some of these fun things that they're going to be doing, or are you kind of going to take a break as well and focus on obviously your real racing endeavors?
I'd like to show up to these races. I mean, the reason I get on any of these races is to just have fun and race guys like Kevin. They really push you and challenge you to be fast. Guys like Dad, obviously Jeff, John, Brett, Sean. I get on here just to hang out, so that's why I get on. But obviously, summer's my break from school, so I try to get out and do as many things as I can that I don't have freedom to do, you know, other times. But
oh yeah. Well, buddy, listen, congratulations to you. Enjoy the break. Have fun. I know you're going to be doing some real racing as well. But thank your sponsors. I know you got to run the truck on Monday night, but we'll see you when you come to the fun leagues and the dirt races as well, Knoxville tomorrow. But have a great Memorial Day, man. And as always, thank your sponsors. We'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, obviously CLICKIT RV. Big shout out to Kevin for sponsoring this series. Helps out Jeff and Sean and John and really all of us to keep this thing going. And I just super grateful for that. LSRTV up in the booth, the broadcast, you guys are great. I'm gonna go watch it, go watch the race in a few minutes. And then obviously, like I said, Jeff, Sean, Dad, John, Brett, those guys are what make this so enjoyable, just hanging out with those guys, you know, every single week. And then Effective Web Solutions, Kingston Hardwood, and Motorsports Distributing.
Well, just so you know, my friend, when you go back to check out the replay, or if anybody does on the series, I was solo tonight on the call by myself, but I think I did my best bringing it. It's definitely different when you're alone calling the races and you have nobody to bounce off with thoughts and opinions. But hopefully I've done my best representing you guys well.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're great, Wesley. I enjoy listening to you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is the thoughts again of the driver for his third win this year. That is Devin West. And by the way, Devin, before I let you go, you've now climbed into the top 10, top 12, transfer in to the points from the playoffs. As long as they meet a minimum requirement of 15 races is what it looks like. You have officially ran now 8 out of the 12 ran, or 11 events ran. You've now moved up into 9th in the point standings. So the climb continues. Sean Brightsman is the points leader, 21 back to Paul Newton. Tyler King in third. Stefano O'Hara, Gormley top 5. It's White, Bloom, Johnson, Devin West, as I just mentioned, and Jeff Stabnow also climbing a couple of spots from the dozens now to 10th as well. Hey, listen, that is the wrap until September the 6th. That's the next time the Northwest CLICKIT RV Fixed Setup Series will be back in their quest for the run to the championship and the playoffs. And by the way, they've only got 4 weeks left after they return in September before the top 12 playoff reset. We will return next race on June the 5th. Next race, June 5th. That will be on Monday, June the 5th. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Northwest Super Late Model Dirt Series will be in action, presented by CLICKIT RV and LSRTV at Knoxville. And then the next event after that will be, of course, tomorrow night. Also, the eNASCAR Road to Pro NASCAR race at Charlotte. That will be an exciting one, 150 miles on 100 laps. Terry Radford, well, Jason, I guess, is on vacation, so I don't know who will be on the call for that race with Jason, with Terry tomorrow night. Maybe I might be available. I don't know. But I know that is, no, I can't. I got basketball tomorrow night. But anyhow, Terry Radford and somebody will be there. I know Daniel Falkenham's been a special guest driver analyst. Anyhow, that's going to be a big show. Jason Rockefeller, my partner, on vacation. He's in Charlotte. And all the other great crew we had. Always enjoy working with them. We'll have that eNASCAR and tomorrow night, Knoxville as well. So both broadcasts tomorrow night. And then, as I said, we take off until June the 5th when we return for the Northwest. June the 5th, we'll return for, it's Okinawa. That's all I know. It's Okinawa, Japan, road course, Monday night, June 5th. Then you got your fun and party races and all that cool stuff. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm trying to fit time in to get to the end of the music, Charles, is what I've been trying to do. You know what I'm trying to do. So, listen, I've enjoyed it. I will say this. It's been fun as always. Never fun when you're solo, but we make the best of what we had to take it to the finish, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as always. Whether you watched on iRacing, LSRTV, listen on CRN, the Community Radio Network, or if you check out the archives as well on the podcast or replay platforms. At LSRTV, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On behalf of all of our staff at Rocket Racing Media, LSRTV, and CRN, happy Memorial Day. Thank you, men and women. For Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, I'm Wesley Outland. Good night, where Devin West wins tonight at Gateway.